guys, welcome aboard. We're gonna have a little bit of a fun flight this Friday here right now. We're gonna jump into the Cessna 152 here, and we're gonna take a little sightseeing trip down over to West Colton and Corona. We're gonna be following the Union Pacific Yuma subdivision rail line down to West Colton Yard and see what we see over there. Should be kind of fun. Let's pop into the airplane over here. We'll get our sounds on, and there we go. All right, let's get fired up over here. And actually, you know what? Before we go, let me just show you what we're going to be doing here. Let me drag this over here. So I'm looking at the Open Railways map right here. You can see Palm Springs over here. You can see the airport is right down here. And what we're going to do is we're going to take off heading north over here. And you see the colored line. There you go. It's the Yuma or UP Yuma subdivision. We're going to follow that along. I'll kind of zoom out over here, out through the Banning Pass, all the way through Beaumont, and a famous little Railfanning spot over here. Follow that all the way down over here, Colton Crossing. We'll see that, the former Colton Crossing now. And then we'll get a nice, good look at Colton Yard over here. Should be very interesting. And then I figured what we'll do is we'll kind of spin back around, come back over, back to Colton Crossing, and then we'll follow the former Santa Fe, right, if I'm correct, and now BNSF line heading down here. Let me see what this is called, San Bernardino subdivision. We're just going to follow that all the way down here through Riverside, downtown Riverside, all the way over here, and into Corona, and then we'll end up at Corona Airport over here, which I do have some freeware scenery, and I've just loaded it. I've never even looked at it, so we'll see what it looks like over there. So that's where we're heading. Let me go ahead and minimize that. Let's jump down here right now. It's been a little while since I flew the Cessna 152 over here, so let me just make sure everything's looking good right there. Check my sound volumes here. Okay, let's see. Battery power on. Boy, it's been a while since I flew this thing. Nav lights, we'll go beacon on over here, and I think we got to turn our fuel on down here. And let's see here. Then we go over here. Mixture rich. I'm just going to advance it on my throttle right here. Parking brakes on. Sure, we'll prime it. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right.
Clear prop.
And advance the throttle right there a little bit. I think we're good. Yep, right around 1,000. We're all fired up. So let's see what else we're going to do. We're going to take off over here. We're on the south side of Palm Springs. You can see Banning Pass all the way underneath the wing there. That's where we're headed. Let's get the altimeter set and be on our way. 2979 here. Got to kind of zoom in here. 29er. There's deep 2979. All right, looking good. Let's get our dome light. Sure, we'll put that on. It's a little hazy out here today, I think. All right, nope, not landing light, taxi light. All right, and we'll get our alternator on here. Like I said, it's been a little while since I flew the Cessna here. Parking brake off. Let's go ahead and advance this. Actually, I'm going to go 50% on the volume just for takeoff, and then I've got a nice view out the front of the plane set up for us to do our little rail fanning. Now, if you're a flight sim guy and you're over here going, what the heck are you talking about? Rail fanning, we're going to go follow, like I said, we're going to go watch trains and stuff. Now, obviously, Flight Simulator, we don't have trains running, but we can follow the rail lines there and get a good view of, what stuff is looking like. And if you are one of my train guys from my other train channel, by the way, if you're not on my other train channel, you're here for the flight simming and you want to watch along as I build a model train layout. In the description of this video is the link to my other channel, SoCal Scale Models. So you hop over there and we have some fun running trains and stuff like that on my layout in my garage. Ooh, it looks bumpy over here, don't it? Let's see, what's the current wind? 310 at 10. Okay, that's good for us. It says it's clear, and yeah, all right, let's get on out of here. Let's go back down here. Landing light on. We'll get our strobe light on. And I think we should be all set. By the way, here's the forward view I've got. So it's ahead of the prop, so we can get a nice view heading down. All right, come on. There we go. All right, looking good. We're all clear for takeoff. Nobody's using this runway. No run-ups, nothing like that. We're all good here. We'll just make sure our flaps are up. Be taking off runway 31 right over here. We'll see how bumpy it is. If it's really bumpy, because we're going to stay down low, we're going to be down like, 500 feet and below. All right, power looks good. Airspeed is alive. And there's 60. Let's go ahead and rotate on up out of here. So far, so good. Sometimes my there we go. Let's turn that down. Sometimes my FS realistic acts a little funky. I hope everybody's having a good Friday. I'm all ready to go over here. Bama Big Man, yes, good morning to you too. That's going to be a slow flight because we're in a Cessna 152. So, and we're just going to get it trimmed up over here, get ourselves sped up, and see what we see over here. Like I said, we're not going up very high, and we're not going very fast, as you can already tell. We're not even going to bother with traffic or anything like that. Ooh, look at that purple scenery popping in right there. That kind of looked neat. Now, one of the quirks of Microsoft Flight Sim over here is a bazillion wind turbines here. And we have a lot of wind turbines here in the real world, but I think they're kind of doubled up here, and it might be because of some of the scenery. I might have to tweak something like disable sort of the default ones and just leave the ones that come with the payware scenery, something along that line. All right, let's see. Here we are, 1,000 feet. That's good enough for us. And I'm just going to keep our power up. We're not really worried about overstressing the airplane because we're gonna have a little bit of fun here. Like I said, we're just going to head out this way until we pick up the line. Ooh, look at that. Nice. Good thing we don't have TCAS in the airplane here. That would have been going bananas. I bet you the controllers were like, what the heck is he doing? All right, and let's see. Let's get trimmed up over here really quick. We'll pick up the line just past the wind turbines over here, and I have my appropriate coffee cup for today's trip. So we're going to be turning out here, heading through the Banning Pass. Let's take a nice little look at these wind turbines. These look pretty good right over here. You've got the shadow, but obviously Bing maps, you can almost see the from the satellite view. You could see sort of the wind turbine right there. But hey, it's as good as we're going to get it. I think that's our line here, because here's the the 10 freeway, and I think this is our rail line running right through here. And you can see they kind of go a little wonky right here with the wind turbines. Now, one of the things we can do is actually, just so you know, my train guys here that don't do flight simming. So the scenery is, this is Microsoft Flight Simulator, so it's Bing satellite imagery. I'm sure, I don't know if they do it themselves or they, contract with some outside companies, but it's different than Google. Like that you see Google satellite imagery. So, but it's comparable, same thing. But so what it is satellite images taken, from space and stitched all together. And so it gives you a pretty good, idea of what stuff looks like over here, right? But sometimes it's not perfect. Sometimes there's a couple little stitches, where different passes of the satellite, kind of came across each other and don't at different times. Could be even like different months. So, you have to take what we're going to see here with a grain of salt. Now, I do have my scenery up at Ultra, so we're getting the maximum of everything that we can possibly get here. But what I was going to say is that you will see some trains down here. You're not going to see trains running, but you will see, satellite passes that went over the top of the location and did pick up some trains running here. And I think I see one coming down right here. Let's see what we see. We're going to get really close to the rails here and really follow them along here, nice and slow here. I think I've actually stopped over here in real life. I've done a little rail fanning over here. A little turnout. Let's see how many trains we see before we get to Colton Yard here. I know there's a few. Looks like we've got a couple turnouts right here. It is Payware Palm Springs scenery. I didn't buy it on the marketplace though, but it's probably the same one that they sell on the marketplace. I tend to buy all of my sceneries, directly from the developers' websites instead, because they tend to update them if there are any updates a little bit quicker. And here's some of those anomalies you see. Looks like we got a stack train over here running with a few wonky trees in the way. And you'll see that throughout a lot of the scenery here. Sometimes Microsoft thinks that that's just a road or something and tries to put trees along it. All right, so there's our first train catch of the day. Got a stack train coming over there. Let's cut across here and see what we see next. Now, if you saw the thumbnail, West Colton is quite impressive. So if you're not too impressed with what we're seeing over here for the rail lines, at least, West Colton actually looks real nice, because I did do a kind of quick hop through here before the stream yesterday, just to get the screen thumbnail, the thumbnail for the stream, I should say. And that's right over West Colton. I think I see another train up ahead. Let's see what it is. Well, we're coming up to this guy. Don't forget to hit the like button. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. And if you're not subscribed, over to my model train channel in the description. is the link to that channel. Looks like we got a mixed freight over here. A couple hoppers, boxcars, more hoppers, a couple empty gondolas. Whoop. Some tank cars here. Light sim stuttering on me. Like I said, I've got scenery up to max, so. Man, I wish the freeways were this dead in real life. And let's see if we can see what the locomotives are there. Look like UP. Yeah, look like UP engines there. A little dirty looking. Now here's one of those spots where I mentioned some of the scenery gets kind of overlapped by the satellite passes and so forth. So you'll see little sort of, I call them discontinuities like this, where actually get sort of maybe a better resolution here for some of this stuff right here. Now, is this little place? Yeah, this is like Dinosaur Land or something like that over here. Like you can actually stop over there and there is like a little dinosaur park right here. I've never been there, but I know it's there. And I can't remember which, is this Morongo Casino out here to the right? Let's take a quick buzz by it here while we're down low like this. See if you can read the sign. Exit now. Couldn't really read it right there. Oh, there's another sign. Hey, In-N-Out Burger. Anybody want to stop? All right, let's get back on our line here. Now we're coming up to the Banning Airport, also up there. We're kind of cut across this way. Keep an eye on the rail line here. You know, I always wonder, what the heck are they digging over here? Like, what are they mining right here? All right, we'll have a little bit of fun here. Hopefully we don't kill ourselves and destroy the stream. We'll dip down into the mine. Now, it looks like a couple of bridges out there. Trying to trim the plane up so I'm not kind of bop it up and down a little bit here. How are we doing? What are we doing? Yeah, the elevation rises over here a little bit, so I'm just kind of hugging the ground. I'm not really paying attention to the actual flight here. We're looking for trains and seeing the sights as we go over here. Banning Airport. I can say I've never flown into there in real life, I think. I've flown over it, but never into it. Looks like we got a little split right here. A little switch over, maybe a former industry down here of some sort. Almost looks like a team track area. I'm trying to remember what was the little canyon that we're going to go through. Is it Timoteo Canyon or something like that? I can't remember the name of it. Just past, through Reading and not Reading. Is it Reading or? Boy, I'm all over the place today, ain't I? Oh, SU-15. I upgraded yesterday, and I don't know. I can't tell any difference. So, I think I saw one guy did a little comparison there. Let me see, who was it? As we follow this guy along, let's see here. I'm looking at my other screen. Hopefully I don't crash. Here it is, Airnaut. His channel. He did a little comparison flight between SU-15 and SU-14. His channel is Airnaut, so AIRNOTT, two T's. Airnaut. He just posted that like 8 hours ago. And like I said, I didn't see any difference, and according to his video, he didn't see any difference either. To give you the quick and dirty there, but you can take a look at his channel if you want to, and see his video there. He did a side by side comparison too, so didn't really see too much difference. And I didn't bother looking at the release notes to see if what exactly they fixed, because doesn't really matter to me. And I don't mean to be, doesn't matter to me. It does. Hopefully they fix stuff, but not like we gained something so noticeable in FPS that it's like, wow, we just got like another 50 FPS. Nothing like that. Now I'm running my graphics card. You can see all my details in the description there. I'm running a 4070. Excuse me. So I have I have the native NVIDIA frame gen, so I'm also doing that. So I don't know what my frames are. Probably in the Cessna here, probably hitting close to 100 or something. Looks like some industries over there we just passed. A little sighting here. Here's another industry I see. Is that a hopper sitting there under the tree? Yeah, look at that. Little line of hoppers right there. Some more industries. I wish they'd kind of clear out the trees. We should tell Microsoft to listen into your flight simulator. We like to do rail fanning. So can you kind of go in there and make sure the scenery for the rail yards and along the rail yards are really nice. Yeah, VR. I thought about doing some VR, but it tends to make me a little dizzy. so I just stick to my flat screen here. It's a hazy morning here in Southern California. Now, obviously, this is supposed to be a bridge up ahead of us here. So I'm not going to try flying underneath that. Now, can you imagine having a house over here as a rail fan guy? If I had a house right there, man, I'd put up a few cameras, do a couple live streams, watching the UP Yuma subdivision right here, and just sit back and watch the advertising dollars roll in. You know, I really should keep an eye on where we're going here on my other screen. There we go. Just to make sure we're heading in the right direction. I mean, I know we are, but this is a nice spot to rail fan right here, because that's kind of pretty much what it looks like. Minus the tree in the center right here, blocking the train yard. But yeah, you get the nice hills on either side here. I think I have a few pictures someplace of me and my dog Benjamin hanging out a little bit farther up here in real life, checking out the trains. A mod that decreases the height of the trees, huh? I'm okay with the height. I hope I don't run into any power lines. It's just the amount here. You can see they're like all over the road here. They're all over the rail line here. And I know if you turn down the, you know, I'm running on Ultra, so if you turn it down, it reduces the amount of trees, so that does kind of help in situations like this. Yeah, I think someplace around here by this, by the lakes here. I was driving down the road here and saw a couple of trains coming. Hey, speaking of, just like this, like another mixed freight here. So I pulled over and popped out over here, pulled out into the dirt, and got a couple of pictures here. Now this is a nice spot too, right over here, to do some rail fanning. Whoop. Come on, simulator. Because of the nice S-curves here. Are we missing another train there? Looks like a it's like another container train down here. Hard to tell with the shadow. Or is it boxcars? No, those look like containers. I'm actually looking at the shadows, and you can tell they're all, you know, just square. A good thing we're down low here. That marine layer today is pretty dense. Yeah, that looks like a container train, I should say. Alright, we're almost out of the canyon here. And we'll head over to, let's see here, I'm going to do two things at once. Yeah, we should be coming up out of the canyon here shortly, and then over to Colton Yard. Now the rail line kind of diverges out here through the trees to the right from the road, because I come down this road to come into the canyon when I traveled through here. I still see the container train there, all double track here, and it should cross over the road here. At least I think that's where it came down. I can't remember. I mean, in real life, I take one of these roads over here and come down this way. Yeah, here's where it kind of diverges, and it's going to cross over the road up here at the sort of north end of the canyon here. And you can see we're getting a little bit of crappier scenery. Looks like we're getting into some better stuff right here as we come out. And then we'll just follow this all the way over to Colton Crossing. Now, you train guys will know, but the Colton Crossing has been modified, unfortunately, from the good old days. Yeah, here's the crossover right here. I've stopped over here and done some rail fanning in real life. But Colton Crossing is the, well, and for you flight sim guys, so Colton Crossing is the crossover between two different lines there, the Union Pacific and BNSF. So back in the day, it was Santa Fe and Southern Pacific, and they crossed. So our line that we're following here went east-west, and the Santa Fe line ran north-south, and so they crossed over each other, which was pretty neat. Now it's still there, meaning, you know, we're going to go over it, but what they did was they elevated the UP line, and so it kind of gradually climbs up and over the crossing, and so the crossing is no more. It's a big tree. I'm looking on my map here as I go to see where and when we get to the crossing. We're almost there. It's a little straight shot right here. We're going to go, let's see, over the freeway, and then we'll see the crossing here in a minute. And then we'll pop into and get a nice close look at West Colton Yard. Or I should say it's Colton Yard, I think. Yeah, there's a big pile of dirt, huh? Wonder what they're doing with that. Alright, here we go. I'm actually going to start slowing down a little bit over here. Let's power back. We've got a little industry here. You can see the tracks are starting to get a little bit more. We're getting some splits here. Ooh, look at that. We got a bunch of hoppers over here. Looks like some sort of cement plant or something. Hop over the side of the freeway here, and then you can see Colton Crossing. Colton Crossing, dead ahead here. And what you'll see is the actual rail lines. Get my mouse here. The actual rail lines here will kind of look funky because they're actually elevated. All right, over the river. I'm going to go 10 flaps here, or 1 notch of flaps here. I don't remember exactly what the percentage is, but just to slow us down. Now here is, what is this? This looks like one of the overpasses. And then coming up to Colton Crossing here, got a bunch of stuff on the right-hand side here. Another industry. And you can see our rail line right here. Let me kind of go off to the side here. You can see how it's elevated. So the main line here has started to climb. And that actually is what it looks like. This is actually pretty good representation. It does look like just a big giant block like that going up, and here is the former Colton Crossing right there. All right, and Here we go. We're getting into West Colton Yard here. Actually, it's kind of funny. See this big mound of dirt to the left here? It's no longer there. It's all gone. They've actually taken that down. And we'll try to go a little bit slow here. You can see our lines kind of diverging off here and going off to north to San Bernardino and over to the Cajon Pass. You can see one of the loops over here that come around. Let me see if I can show it to you. You can see it kind of loops around and comes back down here. That's the loop. All right. Here's is it Pepper Street? I think this is where you do most of your rail fanning, right here, and you'll see a lot of videos taken from that exact same spot here. And here is West Colton Yard. We're on the east side over here. Lots of trains, and I'm guessing those trees really aren't sitting there going through the actual locomotives. We got the engine facilities over here. Up back in here. Now we're not even into the majority of Colton Yard here. Now this, you would think it'd be really nice to rail fan right there. It isn't. There's no real good place to park right there. Here's some more engine facilities off to the left. And here is the majority of Colton Yard. Now what we're going to do is fly past it here. I'll fly over on this end, and then we'll come back down the other, over on the south side off to our left here. We're going to turn around, come back, and then we're going to head south down towards Corona. We're actually going to follow that old Santa Fe line, now BNSF. Look at all those tracks, crazy. I'll climb up here a little bit just so we get a better view of it. And not sure what that was. That looked like a little maintenance away train sitting over there. And the west side of West Colton Yard here is a little bit smaller, but still plenty of cars here. We'll go down a little bit. It kind of ends at the end of the trees over there. I'm going to do a quick loop over here, and we shall come back and hopefully not crash. That was fun, huh? I miss flying my Cessna 152s. All right, we'll come over the south side of West Colton Yard, or Colton Yard, and then we're going to have to kind of eyeball it here. We're going to have to find the other rail line. I'm going to stay up here a little bit. We'll come over, like I said, over on the southern side over here. There's actually not a lot of good rail fanning spots over the majority of the yard here, over this sort of area. There's the road right over here, but a lot of it is UP property, so you can't get on. And the overpass, like I said, right up here coming up, it's really busy. It's not really a good place that you want to be standing. There's like no sidewalk kind of thing. Little Y right there. All right, let's take a quick turn here. It's gloomy down here today, huh? See if we can't pick up the BNSF line someplace over here. Actually, I'm looking at roads, but yeah, I know where I'm going. All right, yeah, we're just going to head south. We're going to follow this road south a little bit. And no rail line right here that I can tell. We're going to hit it hopefully in a minute. Let's pop into the plane here a little bit. We're going to head down towards Riverside. A little bit, let me get myself situated here. Yeah, it's a little bit of a haul down here, but we'll find the line and just keep heading south and we'll see it. Actually, I think I see it on my map, so yeah, we'll pick it up right on the other side of this little ridge here, I think. Time for a sip of coffee while we look for our BNSF line. There's a nice little airport over here, just off to our right. Come back here. Unfortunately, it's not modeled, or nobody's done any payware scenery for it. It's the Riverside Rubidux Flaybob Airport. I know, funky name, but there it is right there. Nice little spot. I think that's it. Is that it? Let me see. Or did we miss it? Or is it back there? I don't remember. It's too hazy over here. Alright, so I think our rail line kind of runs along the freeway here. So let me pop down here. We'll see if we can't spot it. I think I see it already. Yep, there it is. Follows right along here. We're going to dive down for it. So now this is the line that came out of Colton Crossing. Like I said, this is the BNSF line. And we're going to follow it all the way around to, whoa, get dizzy there, Pilot Rick. We'll follow it all the way down into Corona, and then we're going to land at Corona Airport with my new scenery over there. Like I said, I have not seen it. And once we get there, I'll throw you a link in the chat if anybody wants. But you can get it off flightsim.to. It's the same guy that's done a bunch of other Southern California airports that I've flown into. And it looks like a little industry running off to the left there. Yeah, unfortunately here, the one thing I wish they fixed, they didn't fix the palm trees. We have square palm trees. All of these little towers that you see, if you look closely, they're supposed to be palm trees. I've done a little bit of rail fanning down here in Riverside too. There's some guys that do some nice videos in that location, or I should say in this location right here. Now, as far as Corona Airport, small little airport, but it's sort of geographically located in, I don't know, almost like the perfect little spot, almost like the center of the Los Angeles basin. And so, even though it's a little airport, it's actually quite crowded because I don't know, it's just like surrounded by everything. Well, not sure what's going on down there in the scenery. So we got a little bit of a flood. Water's going up on the freeway over the rail lines here. It looks like we've got one of the train stations right there, Riverside. Not sure which one it is. I have not flown through this section before, so well, we're seeing it together for the first time here. Unfortunately, Microsoft is flooding the canal here. And actually, I did have a fix for some of that. There's on FlightSim.to. One of the guys did a whole bunch of water fixes. So a lot of times, like lakes and stuff look squarish and things like that. And the coastlines, especially along California, don't look right. And obviously, like here, pasting water all over the damn place. So he's done a fix for a lot of the coastlines and different spots in California, and he's got to come out here and do one for the Riverside area. And we're almost to the 15 and 91 freeway. That's kind of what we're paralleling here. Is, by the way, the freeway is right there, and that's the 91. Surprised I haven't seen more trains down here getting caught, because every time I drive down through this area, there's always a train. Looks like we've got an industry over here with a bunch of hoppers. Yes, silos and hoppers right there. All right, and here is my favorite 91 freeway right here, and the 15. Every time I drive over this thing over here, I always wonder if there's going to be an earthquake in right when I'm going over it. It's actually elevated, so it's not a mound like that. It's an actual very high elevated spot. All right, Corona Airport coming up over here. Let's I can see the light of it flashing over there. I'm going to take a quick outside view here. There we go. Let me zoom out here. Ooh, looking nice. All right, let's see. Where's our airport? Should be dead ahead, right? I thought I saw it here. It's kind of in the trees over here, so it's a little funky to spot. Yeah, there it is, off to the side. All right, let's pop back in the plane. Let's get slowed up over here. I'm not even going to bother with, you know, getting the AIRBUS here. We're just aviating here. All right, 1 notch of flaps. Go full flaps here. Start getting slowed up. Yeah, all the water over here actually has been fixed, supposedly, or at least it was in the previous update that I was telling you about. Well, the airport looks nice. At least he's, or whoever did this, did fix the, there was a lot of water off to the right that kind of tended to come up to the airport here. And let's get down on the ground here, taxi around and have a little look around. You guys, welcome to Corona here. Crash. We're not crashing. All right, flaps up. Let's get slowed up. We'll see what there is to see over here. Believe it or not, it's hard to taxi when you don't hear the aircraft engine, because I'm not quite sure what my power setting is. That's nicely modeled here. We'll taxi down a little bit and have a look around. You can see our weather's slowly improving. Marine layer is burning off. Oh yeah, I saw this. They have this crazy little fuel stand. I remember this. We'll park it over here. They have this sort of, it's almost like a drive up fuel stand here. All right, let's park it right there. Let's pop outside a little bit. I'm going to go in a drone view here. Very cool. Let's have a look around over here. Nice little airport. Like I said, if you're interested, go to flightsim.to and take a look at it. It's worth picking up. Yeah, I remember it had that kind of funky little fuel stand. It was kind of, I was so semi-famous for it. A lot of planes out here. Ooh, look at that. Got a big one stuck in there. Oh boy. Flight Sim's trying to catch up with me here. Wonder what this sign is over here. Okay, Bill White Insurance. That's kind of funny. I'm guessing that's really there. Alright guys, well, I hope you enjoyed that little Railfanning video here. I'm going to go ahead, shut down, refuel, and get ready for my next little adventure, which is over on my other channel, my model train channel, link in the description below. I'm going to go film the remainder of that video that's going to come out a couple hours from now. And we're doing a whole bunch of switching over in Orange, California, and it's getting really complicated and crazy and fun. So if you're interested in that, check out the description of this video. Link to the other channel there on my my model train channel, SoCal Scale Models. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you in the next flight next week. Have a good one.